Aaron's coiling around the ball of his femur. He's pulling back with his back. His hands are ready to snap. And when he finally pulls the trigger, the hand snap and the leg pivot are at the same time. It's actually the snap and tilt at the same time, which makes the leg pivot at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna talk about on around before I forget. On around happens when you coil. Think about the ball of the femur. Think about your hip socket sitting on the ball of the femur and the hip socket rolling around the ball of the femur. So on the videos that I said they needed to find the on around, here's what they're doing. They're coiling, uncoiling, coil, uncoil, instead of coil, tilt, and flow around the ball of the femur. So here's coil, uncoil, coil back, load, unload forward, load back, unload forward, and here's on around. Okay? When I go on around, I can feel my hip socket float around the ball of my femur, right there. Instead of back to forth, it's on around, and you're going to feel your back stretch. You're going to feel a nice load, and when you tilt, the bat snaps through the zone. So on around happens when you coil, and then tilt, and then the leg turns. Coil, tilt, leg turn. Coil, tilt, leg turn. Coil, tilt, leg turn. It's like a whip. As compared to a push. Okay? All right. My boys are both snapping catcher to pitcher, not to short and second base, causing them both to look like they are jammed. Any thoughts? Is it lack of coil or just direction? Well, it could be what I just showed you. It could be the on around. If they're snapping pitcher to catcher, they're working from in front of their leg mostly, and they've got to get to where, if they're a lefty, they want to feel like they're snapping at the shortstop, and if they're a righty, they want to feel like they're snapping at the second baseman, and that comes from the coil and tilt. That's part of the on around that we just talked about, but what they may be missing is you have to tilt from max coil. If you coil and then bleed the coil a little bit and then tilt, you're going to be in a line pitcher to catcher. We have to feel when we coil that our shoulders go to the opposite field side of the pitcher a little bit. We can't have it go too much, but it's going to go a little bit. And then we have to tilt from there. Okay? And when we tilt from there, the leg will turn us through. If we get to the coil to where our shoulders are pointed oppo a little bit and let them bleed out first and then snap, we're going to be snapping pitcher to catcher, and as soon as this leg turns, we're going to hook and pull off balls. So you always want to feel like you're attacking oppo. If the pitch is outside, you'll stay there. But if you attack oppo and the pitch is middle, your leg will turn you. If you attack oppo and pitch is in, your leg will turn you a little more. That all happens at launch. It doesn't happen in two steps. It doesn't happen to where I'm here for the outside pitch and then get here for the middle pitch and then launch. It happens all at the same time. Okay? I want to talk about something that is easily misunderstood, and one way that I've called it the uptick, and it's the quickness of the barrel snap. Like right now, I'm quickly snapping the barrel without anything else going on, just to show you how quickly I do it. And a lot of people are quick, physically quick, They've got fast twitch, in other words, fast twitch in their muscles. But that doesn't mean they're mechanically quick. That doesn't mean they're snapping the barrel as fast as they can. And when I see that, it appears that they're snapping it fast, but not quick, if that makes any sense. And they're still snapping it as they come around the corner into contact. We want this barrel snapped so quickly that you're actually done swinging when it's here. You've applied all the force you're ever going to apply. You've got your load, and you're going to snap that barrel right there and let it go. And I continue to see the players online that kind of got the look of what I teach. They don't quite have the feel. The feel of the suddenness of how quickly things happen. Okay? So I've talked before about the barrels at 12, and we want to hit the ball at 6. So that's the rearward arc that we make. All right? I want you to think about the barrel is now not at 12, but it's at 1 or 11 if you're a right-hander. As I talk as a left-hander, I'm seeing a clock face in front of me, and 1 o'clock, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the numbers go like this. But if I was a right-hander, okay, the numbers go the other way. Anyway, so I want you to think about maybe your barrel's at 1 o'clock and you're done at 11. Maybe 10. Done at 10. Okay? Quickly, right here. Muscle twitch quick. Pop like a balloon and let it go. Okay? Still have work to do, but my 9-year-old who plays very competitive select ball in Houston went from 303 to 417 immediately after changing his swing mechanics from knob to ball. Hit the top of the ball. A lot of the swing feels the pros share versus reality, to working on HLP. Again, still have work to do, but thanks for sharing this stuff. We mostly play 10U and some 11U, given the success of our team against our age group. Very good. Okay. I mentioned how everybody really can hit balls really good in a cage, and it may or may not play in a game. At the lower levels, at the 9 or 10 or 11 year, young kids, they don't have to be perfect to have success. And when they start working with the HLP, they're going to get a boost most of the time, and they'll get increased production even though they're not right yet, even though they're not perfect yet. Perfect's not the right word. We're rarely perfect. But even if they're not consistently good at it, if they're snapping the barrel, they're getting their barrel up to speed faster than most kids. Even if they've blown the corner, even if they've gotten too late at the young ages. The good news is you can have success while you learn. Now, as you go up that playing ladder, you got to get better and better because that pitching gets better and better. Okay? Good report, though. Glad to have it.